I'm just here so I don't get fined. Today on Strikeout Beer.
And we're live.
And we're live. The music sounds like crap in my headphones, so I don't know. Like, I had no idea. But anyways, we're live. Woo! Welcome to Strikeout Beer, episode number 30 something or another. My notebook's over there. I don't know. You know?
Top-notch stuff.
You know what? You do the intro next week. How's that sound?
I did it last week. You're like, hey, I was going to do it, and you stepped all over my toes, I was a bit...
You told me to do it last week, and then you did it, and so, and then
something.
I do it this week, and then you got to complain, because, that's kind of what you do. It's your bag.
Because you don't do anything. You're like sitting there, dead silence. Like, that's it.
I
didn't even do it.
I have to explain to you.
You don't have to explain
like
S
on my side.
You don't have to explain S. Just do the intro.
I did the intro, and now here we are fighting.
Yeah, I didn't even get to say my name today. I had something I was gonna say. I got it's gonna be Shit Dick Daniels. I was like, and I was so excited. I was kind of like, I was even like dancing when the music was playing. I was like, man, I feel really good. This is gonna be awesome.
Feels good, yeah.
Yeah, it feels good.
Pee-pee fingers.
Yeah. Tonight, let's just go ahead and do the beers of the day. For me, I got my big old Shiner. What is this, a goblet? Not a goblet, is it? I don't know, some big old 3-beer drink.
Goblet.
Yeah, goblet is the thing shaped like that. Anyways, so I'm having Shiner Oktoberfest, a Marzen style beer. It's available seasonally, October through August to October. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff about this beer in here. Here is Shiner, Texas. We're suckers for tradition. That's why we make our Oktoberfest brew with the highest quality 2-row barley, Munich, and caramel malts, along with German-grown Hallertau, Tradition, and Herbrucker hops. Man, I don't know if I said that right. That sounded wild. 5.7% alcohol by volume, 18 IBUs. Alan, question of the day. When was this first brewed?
$2017.
Ooh, 17? 2005.
Okay.
And you've nailed some of them before. And so you're going to be really interested in this. And I think you already know the answer, right? Give me an idea. You know what? I'll let you redeem yourself because you were 15 years off, 10 or 12 years off.
That was close.
It says elevate your experience with pairings. What do you think it pairs well with?
Oh, pretzels for sure.
Ding, that's one.
Sausage.
Bratwurst. Ding, that's two. Then the third one's Steinholding.
I mean,
I was like, there you go. I need to have the little ding. Oh my God, dude! At the end of the Ranger Roundup this week, I was like, all right, well, let's go Rangers, and I hit this button. I think it's over. It's over now. It's all my fault. So
it was over already.
This bad boy. Go ahead.
I'm having Shiner Rodeo. I've got 3 different ones. I got a little mix pack. The first one I've got here is the Golden Brew that we're rocking first. So
those are popular. When we did a review on that, it was when they first came out. It was the Rodeo, that one. It was that one, and then it was the Amber one. And there was a lot of questions, a lot of intrigue about it. People were hitting us up about it, and they're like, I'm questioning how many carbs are in it, how many of this. I'm like, I don't know I don't know the answers. I go, I don't work there, and if it's not on the box, I can't help you. I don't know. So, what are you going to do?
Oh, well, they're all called Rodeo. All of the Shiner NAs are all called Rodeo, and then they're just different styles. So I've got this one. I got the Golden Brew. I've got the Red Amber, and then the Citrus Wit, which I've never seen on its own. I've only seen it in this 6-pack.
Oh, cool.
Excited to try that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, buddy. It's not that we have a packed show, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We just finished up the Strikeout Beer Fantasy Football stream. It was a lot of fun. It only streams on YouTube. Go check it out. Drop us a follow, subscription. It's free to subscribe. You go over there and help your pals out. Hit the notification button, ding the bell, as they say. And but if you're looking for audio only, we're available anywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, everywhere. So I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in lately. A lot of questions this week. As the season goes on, I expect they're just going to be piling in there, and a lot of questions and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. Had a blast.
And make sure you have those noties turned on, because we're going live periodically throughout the week. I went live Saturday night, setting my lineups, answering some start-sit questions. Had a few people run through there. I think it went live around 11:30. It was just when I had gotten home and got settled, I was like, all right, I'm going live Saturday nights. This is when I'm doing it. And then you went live Sunday morning, but you also did a live yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
You had a live go yesterday for your waiver wire targets, and I dropped shorts throughout the day and that's how I'm going to drop my waiver wire targets. I'm going to kind of gear them towards positions, break them down, give you a quick 1-minute video to watch with who my targets are of the guys that are out there. But at the end of the day, let me just remind everybody, it's only 1 week. It's going to be okay. Yeah. Unless you just drafted a shitty team, then you're just out of luck.
It happens, man. But yeah, it's funny. I took a half day yesterday because I was like, I'm going to go golfing with my brother. So I was like, I'm getting home in enough time. I said, I can sit there and fire one up real quick. I was like, oh, why not? Waiver wire too. I usually don't do waiver wire shows. And I was like, why not? I'll go live in the middle of the day. Of course, Busby pops in. MVP, Busby. And then played some golf and screwed around. Then had to go Tilly got a haircut. And then we had to go get her some food and some other stuff. So we did some running around when I got home. Usually I like to hit the couch and then hit the bed after a day of golfing. I'm tuckered out. Tuckered out.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
I thought it was pretty good, actually. Friday took the old lady to Perry's for a little pork chop Friday lunch. And then kind of hung out. I don't know what I did. I was trying to think about what I did this weekend. And I had I remember bits and pieces of it. It's not like I went crazy balls to the wall. I did Saturday. I got up and did some manual labor around the house because I still got to move stuff around. I got a lot of rocks and boulders or whatever pavers sitting around. Then I was like, I had to watch the Fox Big Game show because ESPN's still out of my freaking house. I was going to watch the college game day, so I had to watch Big effing whatever on Fox for the Michigan Texas game.
Yeah, I got to cancel my DirecTV and
I'm done.
Probably just for YouTube TV. Yep. I think is what I'm going to end up signing up for.
Done.
I think it's cheaper too.
I used to get I get a discount on that. You should look into that too because you're an AT&T customer, and so I get $25 to $30 off, and I'm on a package that doesn't even exist anymore. It's if I go and change my package, I lose.
Yeah, I can't get on that package that you're on.
Yeah,
because I was on regular old DirecTV because I had DirecTV because I was getting the Sunday ticket on there, right? And it worked out to where they divided it was on my bill and they divided 6 months, so I didn't have to pay for it all up front, so it wasn't that big of a deal to do it. But then when they lost the Sunday ticket, I was like, well, I don't need DirecTV anymore, and I went with the DirecTV Stream, which was a lot cheaper. But now I think had I canceled it a couple days ago, I would have been good, but I just got billed for this month. So I'll cancel it, but they'll keep it for the month, right?
Yeah.
And then, I think I'm going to go with YouTube TV. It's just easier.
I'm telling you. I'm so pissed off. I'm so tired of this shit, too. I can't even watch. Another show that we like to watch together is on ESPN2 in the morning, Sunday mornings. It's Fantasy Football Now. Love that show. A lot of great personalities, and I can't even watch it, I got past, with the college football.
Can you not watch it through your ESPN app?
Nope.
Don't you have ESPN?
ESPN Plus is only for ESPN Plus stuff. And that stuff does not fall under ESPN Plus. So when I pull up ESPN on one of the TVs, it's pulling off my DirecTV. Well, I got my brother's login from because I was like, hey, I got to watch some baseball, bud. You got Bally's, right? He goes, yeah. I go, log me in. And so I'll beam it to the TV. And I could have technically done that, but I'm like, why am I doing all this work around and still paying for DirecTV? I was like, DirecTV sucks.
Yeah. You got a month to get your act together because I'm canceling you.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you.
I don't even care if you get your act together at this point, I think I'm just done.
It's every year. It's every year between DirecTV and Disney, and I hate Disney anyways, so screw them. Pissing me off. So anyways, I did that, and then I can't remember what I did Saturday night. I really don't remember. Oh, you know what? I had to come back to the room. I got kicked out of the living room because they were going to go watch a movie. And it was a scary movie. They don't let me watch scary movies. It was some possession movie, The Deliverance. Did we talk about this?
No, but I think you mentioned it.
Okay. I was like, man, I thought I could have swore maybe I was talking about it on another stream. But anyway, so I got kicked out of the living room.
About it I am or something like that.
Yeah. So I got kicked out of there. I came in here, played Rocket League, so I had the claws going. I was making like a little castle, claw cans.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. Got an early day, Sunday morning stream. Let me go ahead and knock out some lineups. My first weekend here. Like, let's do some DFS. We'll do some underdog action. And then
a lot of breaking news. You had the Tyreek Hill news. You had the Dak news.
Crazy.
And I was in the car, like when I was sitting there at the end of the stream and I was just, replying to all the questions that were coming through. I was sitting in a parking lot in a Kroger, getting ready to go in and do a job inside this Kroger. But I was like, I had to wait until 11 o'clock to do the job. So I was just like, hey, what do we got going on here?
Yeah, I tend not to push it up against 12 because Daddy got to take care of himself, right? I got to get my ass back in there. I got to check my lineups one last time and and because I didn't have the stupid TV, I didn't have ESPN, I didn't get the active inactives, so it pissed me off too. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. So anyway, sat down, fired up the red zone. I'm in my happy place because y'all had to go to a picnic, right? Lizzie went. I didn't have to go, and so I was like, jackpot. And then all of a sudden, there's text messages and stuff are coming through, like, hey, let's meet up today. Let's go watch the Cowboy game somewhere. I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. And I'm like, all right, well, we need to get there a little early. So I was like, yeah, fine. I'm watching the Bengal game. Shut up, leave me alone. I go, this is like they're losing to New England. And I didn't think for a second that they were going to win. Like, as soon as that kickoff happened, I go, nah. I was like, nope, week 1 against New England, F it.
I did take the Patriots in our pick'em for the show, our show picks, but that's because it was an 8.5 point spread. And I was like, 8.5 points is a lot.
Tons of points.
So, no.
That's the only reason we took them, because when you start giving up 8.5 to 9 points, even a bad team and the matchup, Bengals are terrible week 1. It's just how it is, right? And so I was like, well, I'm with you. I'm going to go with the points because I don't think they're going to cover it anyhow. But
then I took the Bengals in our pick 'em straight up, and I was just like,
there was only one team that didn't pick them, and he got up there, but he got close. So then I end up getting drug out to. They're like, hey, we're here. It's like 2:00. I go, well, I'm not leaving. And Liz was like, well, we got to go. I go, listen to what I'm saying.
For me then.
Yeah. I go, you got seats, right? I go, yeah. And I was like, I'm not leaving. Stop asking me. It's like, I'm going to watch the end of this game. And then eventually I was like, all right, it's over. Let's get out of here. We'll go up there. So we went there, hung out, laughing our butts off, talking ass about everything. And then brings me to my next topic, a little brewery visit.
Yeah.
So I was like, we popped in the Hoppers thing. The weather was absolutely gorgeous, dude. You know it. Saturday night. So nice. Or Sunday night. Excuse me, Sunday night. Oh,
Sunday was so nice. Like we had the little picnic that we went to, and we were there for a while. Then we had to leave at 3 because the kiddo had softball practice. I mean, weather was gorgeous for softball practice. It was just all around a nice weekend. Like the weekend was great. Like I want to say it was like yesterday when I woke up. It was like 57. Yesterday. It
was yesterday morning because I got outside. I go, what the hell's going on? I almost blew a load right out of him.
It was like 62 or something like that. Monday it was real chilly too, and I was just like, I'm going to go take the kid to school. And it's 52, and I was like, all right, let me put the hoodie on.
It was amazing.
So nice. It was so nice.
And people might want to make fun of us or something about that, and it's like, no, dude, we just went through 105. This is our false fall. This is where we're like, it starts getting a little chilly. Now, we're going to hit 100 or 99 this weekend, but it's going to be very brief. It's going to hit, and it's going to come right back down. So I'm hoping that we stay somewhere in the 80s because that's manageable. I can handle the 80s right about now, and especially when the nights, and they could dip down to the 60s. And they got in the 50s. I couldn't believe my phone when I saw it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was super excited about that. But, yeah, of course, it's supposed to hit 100 on Saturday and be out the ball fields because we got a tournament this weekend. And, of course, it's going to hit 100 while we're at the tournament. So, we did draw one early game. We got an 8 a.m. and an 11 o'clock game, and then after that it's bracket play, so we'll see after that. But
it's going to touch 100 like at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's going to come right back down into the low 90s. It's not going to be. It's not the summertime. You know what I mean? Where everything's just hot, and you feel it from all angles. It is
going to be the fields we're playing at are turf fields, so it's going to be a little bit hotter out there on that turf. That turf warms it up a good 10, 15 degrees.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like it ain't 100 all day. You know what I mean? When back in summertime, it's 100 by noon, and it stays 100 till about 9. So that 8 a.m. game should be real nice. Mm-hmm. Ooh, buddy, big fan of the weather change. I had a Marzen. Now what I got here is a Shiner Marzen, but we went to Hoppensting and I had their Oktoberfest beer. I was like, well, let me go ahead and try one of those. You got it there, so let me go ahead and get it. And stayed on the patio and just let the breeze. Then, of course, we went to let me ask you a question.
What you got?
Birthday parties at a main event. What time would you think they would end on a week? Say on a Sunday night for a 3-year-old?
11 o'clock.
I mean, they were there when we were still there.
Morning thing, right? Or 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Oh, you were meaning 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant 11 o'clock at night. Girl. Yeah, you're right.
No,
I mean, that's
no.
Yeah, they pretty much shut it down. And then there was another group of people there, and they were like a baby. They were holding the baby the whole time. And, of course, drunk-ass Lizzie went over there. Oh, your baby, let me hit it. I'm like, you're going to run off with the baby. I sit there, I go, I'm sorry, ma'am. It's like, ma'am my ass. She's like 19. She don't know no better anyways. Well, yeah. I was like, what the F? I was so pissed. I was so annoyed. I was like,
yeah, that's a little absurd. Like, I think next weekend the kiddos got 2 birthday parties, and one starts at 11:45 or 11. Yeah. It's at a roller rink somewhere.
I miss roller rinks.
11 to 1, and then she has another one that starts at 2, but that one's at someone's house. It's like from 2 to like 3 or 4. No, 1 to 4. I don't know, something like that. But they're all nothing in the evening. Yeah,
Isaiah's starting to, he's in pre-K now, so he gets he got the first birthday invite. I was like, well, y'all have fun. Make sure you pack some, some juice packs and some Cheetos. I'll catch y'all when y'all get back, I guess. I was like, yeah.
Well, we got the one invite from a kid on the team, and he's like, "Are we going?" I was like, well, "That's next weekend." I go, "You're going if you get your mom to take you, because I got to work." And then she came home from school with another. She's like, "Hey, I got another birthday invitation for the same day." I was like, "Well, what time's it at?" And it's right after the other one. She's like, "Can I go?" I was like, "Still at work. You got to talk to your mom."
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking Tyler to that kind of stuff. Like Lizzie always stepped up and handled that business for me. I'm like, it's not for me. It's not for me.
I normally do it. I normally take her,
Well, I know. I mean, I know. Well, everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I don't like that S.
I have fun. Let's go. The crazy thing is she's got 2 birthday parties for 2 friends, both girls, both named Charlie.
Huh.
I thought that was odd.
Everybody trying to be hip, huh?
It's spelled differently. The 2 Charlies, they spell their names differently.
One I-E and one E-Y?
E-Y and E-E.
E-E, Jesus. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. She came over. She's like, "Yeah, I got a birthday invitation for Charlie's birthday." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was there when she gave it to you." She's like, "No, another friend named Charlie I go to school with." I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Oh, God. What a whip. Well, NFL
week. How was this thing?
Oh, it was nice. It was a good time. We sat on the patio, and we had a pizza truck was there.
Okay. Not the barbecue truck?
Los Vaqueros was not there. It was a pizza truck. Or, I mean, I think it was. I didn't go get it. My brother did. He was like, "I'm going to go get some food." I was like, "Yeah, they got nice."
Truck was like parked there.
Maybe they do pizza now.
That's weird.
Hold on. Let me see for the pizza truck. I'm going to look it up now.
Because I remember the last time.
Those nachos are awesome.
Dude, those nachos. So great.
I'm looking for something that kind of tells me like what kind of truck would be there. Or maybe they had because, yeah, you're right. I think that thing's like there.
It's like part of the.
I mean, it's parked there, but yeah.
It's like a trailer park trailer type thing where it's a trailer, but it doesn't move. It's got a porch built around it and stuff.
I don't know about all that. Yeah, I don't see it. Menu. You know what? I got the menu here. Let me see. We got brisket, sausage, some other stuff, tacos, sides. I'm seeing nothing. Nothing about pizza. Truck. So, but yeah, it was awesome. It was one of those firewood grill things where the crust is real crispy and whatnot. The beers were nice and cold. They had sour, brother-in-law or sister-in-law like sours and whatnot. So, huge array of drinks. Staff was real friendly. They had just finished up like bingo.
Is that what sour is, or is that somewhere else?
Huh?
I think that's somewhere else. Sucker Punch, or is that
Sucker Punch? Is man, what is that place? Sucker Punch sour. Now I got to look it up because I know what you're talking.
I can picture the can.
It's 3 Nations.
3 Nations. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the picture of the can is like a cartoon picture of a watermelon.
Yeah, with boxing gloves, right?
It does have boxing gloves. Yeah. Oh, I see the face now. I see. It's an angry watermelon.
Angry.
He's an angry elf. I'm already ready. I'm ready. I'm trying not to watch any freaking Halloween movies or anything like that because I'm like, I'm going to burn so hard. I'm going to burn through October. And I'm like, I don't want to do it yet. We're a third of the way through September. Let me just ease into it and see what's going on. But yeah, I'm starting to itch a little bit.
So what are you watching right now?
I'm watching, I watched that stupid movie you wanted to watch or talk about.
Dude, that movie's, I watched it today. It's still awesome. But I'm also going to throw this out there. You did not watch it the way you were instructed to watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to make it anyway. Like, it was terrible. Like, this movie was awful.
It's so great.
And if you're wondering what we're talking about the 2007 Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti, Monica Bellucci. That's pretty much the end of that list.
I mean, how great was Paul Giamatti in that movie? He was awesome. Paul Giamatti was awesome in that movie.
The script, the acting, everything just was terrible. It was
it's over the top. It's one-liner after one-liner. Like, you're 2 minutes into the movie, and our main hero, good guy, Mr. Smith, kills a dude with a carrot, crams it through the back of it, shoves it in his mouth through the back of his head, and then drops the genius line of "Eat your vegetables."
What's his deal? Where's he pulling out? It's like he's like Rafi from the league. He's like keep pulling out these damn pocket dogs. These damn.
And when they went to his place, he's got inside of his place. He's got a little bed over there, carrots. He's like, "You hungry? Got some carrots for you. They're good for your eyes."
Well, there you go. And yeah, well, I think the bonus part that you got from it was Monica Bellucci, whatever. I assume it's Bellucci. She's in it. Big thumbs up. Huge thumbs up. Yeah.
He gives birth to the girl. This girl gives birth during a shootout.
Yeah.
And to cut the umbilical cord, he shoots it with the gun. Like, everything about this movie screams awesomeness. Like,
it's so dumb.
It's a dumb, stupid, over the top action movie, and it's best viewed while drinking a 6-pack and having some pizza.
I might go back and watch it because I'm telling you, maybe the beer will help, but I don't think it's going to be enough beer. Like, maybe I'll do a shot, or like I'll do like almost like a power hour, right? Like a shot of beer every time they say something stupid, like every one-liners. Yeah, every one-liners.
Everyone, because I mean, they're just it's a mile a minute with the one-liners. Like they've got that Paul Giamatti's in the back of the car, and he's got that dead girl next to him, or he's got the bullet hole in her head because she got shot in the head, and he looks over, he's like, "Nice tits."
Well, she's not in the car. She was like she was in like the stairwell or whatever. Yeah, because he was.
Yeah, was in the stairwell that he said that. Yeah, I thought that. Yeah,
they were running.
No,
up
he was
the stairs.
filling her up in the car.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like, oh my god, it was. Oh, buddy, yeah, it's not great. It's all the moves. You definitely get like kind of a Matrix vibe, kind of with some of the moves and whatnot. But God, it was terrible. It was awful.
It's like an over the top. And I mean, over the top John Wick is what it is. Like, John Wick's taking on a bunch of guys and stuff too, right? But those fight scenes and stuff are a little bit cooler, and they're not going for like absurdity, where this is just going for it. That's the whole purpose of this movie, is just to be as absurd as possible. At the end of the movie, when he all of his fingers are broken because he breaks all of his fingers.
He doesn't do it. Paul Giamatti breaks.
Paul Giamatti breaks all of his fingers, so he can't fire a gun.
Yeah.
So he puts the bullets in between his fingers and sticks his hand in the fire so the bullets fire. Like, and then after he shoots him, holds the finger up like a gun and blows the fire out because the tip of his finger's on fire. Dude, it's so great. Like, I don't understand how you just can't just suspend reality and just have fun with a dumb, over the top action movie.
I gave it, I'll tell you what, the first, like, I was like, okay, what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, this chick's running away from this guy. He just happens to be there. And he's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, okay. So he starts chasing her, and then he goes in there and sees what's up. I mean, I'm like, okay.
Reluctantly. Like, he was just sitting there doing nothing. He just wanted to eat his carrot. And he sees the guy look at him, and he pulls out a gun, and he's going in there after the pregnant girl, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah. He tries to leave it at, he's got this. So the baby's born. He's now toting around this baby that they're feeding like jarred food to. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
that's what Monica was for, because she was nursing.
Yeah.
She had breast milk.
And so then you got he tries to leave it at a playground, and then Paul Giamatti shows up. He shoots a hole the size of a massive coffee can, and like it's a sniper rifle. It's not going to blow a hole like you shot like a goddamn rail gun at him. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, some of those sniper bullets are, but that whole scene is just completely over the top, though, too, right? Because he's walking away, and he looks at the baby, he's like, someone good is going to find you and take care of you, and he walks away, and then you just see this lady go, "Oh my gosh, there's a baby right there," as she gets a hole blown through her. And then he starts spinning the little, what is that, a merry-go-round,
yeah.
by shooting it. Just, it's so, and then as it's spinning, he runs by and grabs the baby. Like,
he grabs that baby a handful of times. It's like laying on the ground, and he scoops it up.
You're like, I didn't know this baby was going to be crying through 90% of the movie, which that's an over-exaggeration. But you cry too if you're in the middle of a gunfight running. This guy's like running, flinging you around.
I'm like, this baby's got to be deaf by now. All the gunfire and guns going off around it. It's like, poor little thing. I'm just like, Jesus. And yeah, when she first has the baby, he goes, "Hey, keep the baby quiet." She goes, "Whatever." He goes, and he rips her shirt open. He goes, give him, what did he call the kid? I don't know if he said Leroy or Baby Boy or something. Give Baby Junior a little something.
He named him like Oliver at one point.
He started calling him Oliver. It was like, oh my God. But yeah, it was. I can't with these movies, man. It's 86 minutes of hell.
The sex scene where he's in a gunfight and just giving it is so great too. Like as he's rolling and he's just pounding, she's just enjoying every thrust, and he slams her against the wall. He's like, talk about blowing your load. So great.
Oh God. So this thing was directed and written by Michael Davis, produced. I don't care about produced. Cinematography, Peter Powell. And then I'll tell you, I already told you the one thing I liked about it. The soundtrack.
The soundtrack was just a banger from the beginning.
And apparently you can get this CD. It's available on CD and digital download. So I'm like, I'm going to go on eBay and try to find it for like $1. Maybe I'll wander into one of those old CD stores, that have like old games and stuff like that. I'm going to pop in. I'm going to see if they got it.
A movie trading company?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, the soundtrack was awesome. I mean, at the end too, like at the very end scene, as he's reunited with her and the baby, right? And these guys come in to rob the place, and he's just like, "You know what I hate?" And we have not old school. We'll talk about that later before we make our picks for this week.
Bro, this soundtrack is $15.
$15 well spent.
My goodness.
I mean, you can just go on to Amazon Music and create it yourself.
Yeah, I think I'll just go do that. Like, I'm not paying $15 or $10. It's like some of them are like 15 and 10. Oh my God, yeah, Jesus, no thanks. Our picks from last week, we talked about it offline, so we're going to talk about it later. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later before we make our picks for this week.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, oh my God, that movie sucks. Along with that,
so great.
We're also watching Chimp Crazy, or is it Chimp Crazy? Yeah, that's the name of it. It's on Max right now. And you finished the whole thing. I've only went through one episode. Yeah.
I discovered it last week and watched, because it's 4 episodes, and watched the 3 episodes that were out last week, and then episode 4 came out this week, and I watched that. So.
Does it come out weekly like that?
Yeah, it was weekly. Yeah, it was weekly. Mm-hmm. It's all out now, so that's why you're seeing the whole thing out. But yeah, it was weekly.
It's definitely vibes of Tiger King, So here's the synopsis
guy.
Or whatever. Yeah, same dude.
Same guy who did Tiger King.
Former nurse turned exotic animal broker Tanya Haddock spends her days caring for animals in captivity, referring to herself as the Dolly Parton of chimps. However, her limitless love for one chimpanzee spins into a wild cat and mouse game with authorities and an animal rights group. Through experiences of Tanya and other chimp moms, Chimp Crazy is a series that reveals the bonds between owners and their highly intelligent great ape pets, as well as the risk to the welfare of animals themselves. There you go. It was a first episode, August 18th. When I saw it pop up, I was like, well, I'm not watching this. I was like, what the hell is this? But yeah, it's like, all right, there's episode 1. It's already drama. It ended with drama. I'm like, oh boy, we'll see how this goes.
You get some more drama for sure.
She's wild as hell looking.
Oh, dude, she's just like, not to spoil anything. This isn't really a big spoiler, okay? But like at one point, like the authorities are there at her place, getting ready to do stuff, and there's the one guy, the fake director, the proxy
Yeah.
is talking to her on the phone. He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" She's like, "Well, I got an appointment to get my lips filled at 1:00, and I'm not missing that." Like,
she does. She's got these massive lips, these fake eyelashes, this spray tan from hell, this crazy ass wig she wears.
oh, it's not spray tan. She actually tans,
dude.
because they show that in one of the episodes. Her going to a tanning booth.
I'm not saying. Oh well, yeah, tans that way.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm
you
not
actually see her.
I'm not doubting it's that or a spray tan, but she's so damn orange, like so tan. It's wild as hell looking. God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
worth the watch.
It's a good watch. Like I kept hearing them talk about it on the ticket, and I kept seeing it there, and I was like, I don't know. And then like last week, I didn't have anything to watch, so I was like, you know what? Let's check it. I think I had like just finished like the last episode of Hard Knocks, and it was there, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it, and plowed through the first 3 episodes. I was like, all right, and I was like, oh wait, where's the next? And I was like, oh, this was a weekly drop. Like I didn't know it was a weekly drop then, and. Yeah. I was oh, shoot.
I think they play it on their actual channel, like HBO. So that's how I kind of first saw it. I go, because, about Sunday night, you start kind of looking for something, like there's something always on, like HBO around that time. I was like, nothing. I saw that. I go, I'm not watching that. And then, of course, last night, we got home, and I'm like about exhausted anyways. I'm like, yeah, let's watch television, for like the last hour I'm going to be awake. And so I put that on and I was like, what the hell is this? It's all right, I don't know.
It's not bad. But they talk about, like, it's not just about her. They do talk about, like, some of these other people. Like, they talk about the one lady that owned the chimp that ripped her daughter's face off.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, they talk, that was a big story because that lady was on, like, Oprah, after the whole incident and things like that. But they talk about that, and there's a couple other chimp people that they talk about. But, yeah, it's a good watch. It's the guy that did it. It's the same guy who did Tiger King. All in all, it's good little watch. Worth it. I'm glad I'm done with it now, because I got to make room for next week. We got the Penguin is next week, and Agatha is next week.
I'll have to check
those
that
out.
out.
Those are both coming out next week, because I don't have anything out right now. I kind of watched a couple things on HBO Max today. A couple, I think they're like limited series type documentaries. There was just one episode that I think they just came out, but one's like Cabin in the Woods. And I guess it's going to be revolving around a bunch of different, like, just like the first episode was about this guy that like takes these people, kidnaps these people out this cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and like he was terrorizing people at these other cabins and killed a guy at a cabin, and it makes you go like, I don't really want to go out in the woods to go to a cabin. It's a bunch of stories like that. This other one I watched today was like about this kid who was like living inside someone's house, inside the walls and stuff, terrorizing a family. I was like, and you know what street they live on? Think of a famous
Elm Street.
Yes. Yes. Live on Elm Street.
Yeah, I would just start banging, putting holes in walls, buddy. No, we're gonna find whatever the hell's back there.
This guy would remove like the socket, like the electrical plugs, so that he could look through the electrical plugs and watch people. And yeah, it was.
That's
the first
crazy.
episode's crazy. Yeah,
must be a weird old house or something. I'm almost done with. Went back and hit Boardwalk Empire. I've just been plowing right through it. Of course, they're full hour episodes, but they're so damn good. I mean, I can watch today when I got home. I watched probably 3 or 4. Just kind of had it on. You don't have to sit there and watch it, but it's still intriguing. I sit there and just look right at it.
And it's been so long too. Like, I'm sure there's stuff that you forget about, right? Because it's been so long since you've watched it. I've actually been kicking around going through Sopranos. Like, I've never seen the entire series of Sopranos.
Really?
I've seen some of the beginning stuff, a little bit of the middle, and then the last season. But I was kind of in and out of having HBO during all that. There's a new documentary that's out about like the making of The Sopranos and the guy that created it. It's on HBO Max.
It's pretty good.
And a lot of it revolves around James Gandolfini, about how like that show basically getting into that character basically killed him. Like, he talked about all the stuff that he had to do to get inside to be that character. And like, that's why he started drinking and doing drugs and just living this hard life, because in order for him to get into that character frame of mind, the crap that he had to do. But I've been kicking around like, you know what? I think I need to go through The Sopranos and just kind of watch it all.
Lizzie and I went through it, last year, a year before, something like that, and just like hammering it. Well, it must have been last year because we hammered right through it. It's a blast, and just like with that one, if you watch it once, if you go back, just like the same thing with Game of Thrones and same thing here, but great HBO shows, right? But right. You're like, wait, hold on a second. There's something I didn't catch the first time, but I already know. It's like, oh yeah. So that's something else down the road, and there's always something that you pick up on. You're like, oh, look at that. They're telling you little Easter eggs and whatnot. A lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, and then you get a character introduced. You're like, oh, I know how you're going to die. It's going to be great.
The thing about these... go ahead.
I busted open the citrus wit while we were sitting here talking.
Okay.
This is my first time having it. It's freaking delicious.
I bet.
Like, I'm really enjoying this one. I wish I had a whole 6-pack of this.
Funny. What was it? Let's just do 2 news stories from Hollywood. Let's do 2 Hollywood news stories.
Hollywood?
Well, it's not really from Hollywood. David Grohl knocked up some chick outside of his marriage, welcoming a new baby girl to his family.
Yeah.
Some people were kind of torn because he was preaching family so damn much. I go, well, if they're preaching family that much, statistically speaking, there might be outside of the family porking somebody. So that popped up. I didn't, I read like half the story. I was like, I don't really care. Don't care, but it doesn't bother me. But
he did secure a divorce lawyer before he kind of got the news out there to his wife. But he's trying to reconcile. But, it's like, hey, let me just be prepared just in case, when I tell my wife I just knocked up this other chick, right? And it's, I don't know, like...
Pull the Tony Soprano, go talk to every big lawyer in the Metroplex so that it's conflict of interest. Whether you use them or not, it's still conflict of interest. It's the biggest move ever.
Holy crap, is that Shane?
What's up, brother?
What?
How we doing, buddy?
The horny knowing himself. How's life treating you, brother? Hope all is well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. With that, and then you got P. Diddy. Got to pay $100 million in sexual assault case. And I did put a note here. I don't think it can apply, but, whatever. But anyways, so sexual assault case from some dude that he got slipped something in a drink, and then Diddy's sitting there banging some chick on the bed or something, and then that guy's kind of laying right there. He wakes up, he looks over. He's getting tussled a little bit, and he looks over, and there's Diddy just, locking eyes with him as he's nailing some chick. So, $100 million.
Look me in the eye while I
couldn't believe it. I was like, $100 million is a no judgment or a no-show judgment or something like that. So I guess he didn't give a damn about showing up to this thing. But I thought to myself, like, so can you just, like, if you get in trouble, someone claims that you sexually assaulted them, you don't go to, do people not go to jail anymore for that stuff?
Well, I think
I guess if it's a civil case?
Civil case, right?
But,
just like with OJ, he was found guilty in the civil court and had to pay for murdering Nicole Brown. But the criminal trial, he wasn't guilty.
I don't get that. Like, I don't get how you're either guilty, not guilty, you either going to jail or not going to jail, and then whatever. I'm good, just woke up not long ago. Good, man, welcome. Good evening. Yeah, he works a third shift, right? Yeah, working nights and everything, so got to catch up. Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you. He used to do those dark streams at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or whatever when he got home.
He still does.
Does he?
He still does.
I'm never on TikTok. Dark. I don't go on TikTok no more.
But yeah, darts him and the fiance.
Nice. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how you can be not in jail, but you just pay damages or you pay $100 million. And then I had a note here would you pay $100 million or you go to jail?
Well, I don't have $100 million, so I don't have that option, right? But if I have that option, I'm going to take the option where I don't go to jail. Like,
I'm saying it would say they garnish half of your check or something. Like you're going to be paying this thing until the day you die, because regular old people like us ain't got $100 million laying around. So it's like, okay, so do I go to jail for say 5 years, or pay $100 million? They taking half your check no matter where you're working for the rest of your life. What are you doing?
I don't want to go to jail.
I don't blame you.
I'm not going to be the same when I come out.
Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah.
If I make it out. I think I'd make it out, right? But it's not going to be fun. I'm not going to enjoy myself.
You're not going to enjoy paying, half your check to whoever the hell for the rest of your life.
Enjoy that a lot more than going to jail. Still do it, going good, making money each stream. Not why I do it, but fun, decent following too. Nice.
Yeah, I just don't go in there anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to choose the option where I don't go to jail because
funny.
Despite the hilarity that it seems in the documentary "Let's Go to Prison," I just don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. Jail would do wonders for you, Alan.
And then so those are the two news stories as far as involving famous folks. But let's go ahead and we'll keep it. We'll flip a little bit to football, but what?
Real quick before we move on from entertainment, how are you holding up?
Oh, dude, I couldn't believe it. James Earl Jones died. It was a sad day around here. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to the rest of the day.
The youngest was like, "Dad, did you hear?
Darth Vader died."
And I was like, "Hear what?" She's like, "James Earl Jones died." I go, "Yeah." She's like, "He's Darth Vader, Dad." I go, "Yeah, he is." You know? She's like, "He was in the Sandlot," and yeah. And then like apparently like Liz was talking to her about, hey, there's this baseball movie you need to see. Talking about James Earl Jones, and she hadn't put them together when she was talking to me. She's like, "Yeah, Mom said there's some baseball movie I need to watch where like these guys they only play at night and blah blah." And like, Field of Dreams. She's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, James Earl Jones is in that." She's like, "That's probably why she told me that."
That's probably why. Yeah, crazy.
But
I couldn't believe it.
Not only that, he's not the only one who passed away.
Who else died?
Today? We had a death today.
I don't think I saw it.
Peter Renaday.
Who the hell's that?
He is the voice of Splinter from the 1980 Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Splinter. He was born in 1939.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Man, it was 89 years old? Jesus.
But yeah, Master Splinter passed away. I've still been watching a ton on Freevee. They got the Ninja Turtles channel that just plays the 80s cartoon on a loop.
Funny.
24 hours a day. I'll just flip it on. Like, what season are we on today? Sex in jail is a lot like high school. Sex you're getting you don't want, and sex you want you ain't getting.
I don't get it. So you get sex in high school, it's a sex you don't want? I don't understand.
I'm telling you this right now. I wanted all the sex I got in high school.
16 red. What's 16? That's my stepmom here. What's a 16 red? Was that what the number they were hitting? Because I was supposed to bet 14 red.
You were, and you didn't.
I didn't make one freaking bet at a table.
You had one freaking job, the same job I give to you every time you go to Vegas. I send you $10 to walk by a table and throw it on 14 red, and you always do it. You FaceTime me. It's a great time. You're drunk off your ass when you do it. And like, you see it, the camera's all over the place. And you're like, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. It was on your crotch most of the time." But
I listen, this time was different. We had a lot of people out there, and I was like distracted.
One job.
My brother was out of control.
You were at the table, apparently.
I was standing there the entire time. That's what we played. We played roulette. Like, he played blackjack halftime, but halftime roulette. And so we're just sitting there. Like, I could have done it at any point. You know what? It never hit, though. So.
Because you didn't bet on it.
I guess I could have just said I did it. But you know what? I didn't want to be a liar. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I didn't get it. So, but I was like, take it out of the extra 20 I sent you on accident for Lizzie for the what's it called league. So there you go. You got your money back. I was kind of pissed when I realized, like, oh shit, I didn't do it. I was like, and you're like, well, what happened? Y'all go a lot of places? No, I was at we were at that roulette table for hours and hours and hours. It's like, yeah.
I've never been more disappointed in you in my entire life.
I was pretty disappointed as well.
You know what? I take that. I'm always disappointed in you because you tell me, you're like, yeah, I walked up to this table and I watched Red 14 hit 3 times in a row. I was like, why are you watching it? Like,
it's not going to hit again.
But why you weren't in it on the first time it hit? I don't understand.
Oh boy, what's Zach Hill?
You're like, yeah, then it hit again, and I'm like, did you get in again? No, it's not going to hit again. And then it hit again. I'm like, son of a... so disappointing.
Oh, man.
You okay over there, buddy?
Yeah. I'm replying back to Zach. I think he's in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it looked like the 9/11 memorial. If you haven't been there, it's pretty dope. Like, it's somber.
I've been to I was there before the memorial was built. They were still building it, but they had that museum that was like right across the street from there. That it was like it was just kind of the one floor, and then you had the basement that you went into that had all the letters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Before they've got a real big museum there now. It's a lot bigger now than it was then, and that was pretty moving. Just going and seeing that, and just like reading those letters of people, that they're writing to. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, everybody remembers where they were that day. It's like it happened. We were 20. Were we 20 years old? I think it was. I hadn't turned. Oh, I just turned 21. Yeah, like a month before. So yeah, you were 21 already.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, holy moly, we went down to that. We went up to New York a couple times ago, and we went there, and got our tickets, went, and when you start going down, you're just like looking around, and there's videos, and it is crazy as hell in there. And then on the wall too, they have the letters, and then another huge wall. They told everyone to pick a color or like or paint a picture, like an 8x11, whatever, and that whatever shade of blue the sky was that morning, or some shit. So then you got this whole wall of like blue, just kind of fading in and out or whatever. It's like holy moly! You walk out of there, you're just like you're quiet for a little while.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I know I almost got stuck in Canada that day. We were supposed to go up to Canada to the casino. I was up in Michigan visiting my grandma, and we were supposed to head out. We would have been in Canada, and if we had been, we would have been stuck there because they closed the borders for a couple weeks. I think it was.
They locked it down. That. Even like traveling like that, like by car.
They shut down the borders. All borders were shut down, so you couldn't get out. If you were out of the country, you couldn't get in the country.
Oh boy.
But we ended up we woke up late, and so we didn't make it, and then it was that.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I had to drive back because I drove. Luckily I drove to Michigan because the flights were canceled for almost a month after that. It was a while after that, so we had to drive back. But on the way back, gas prices were so inflated, it was ridiculous.
It's a crazy time, man. It was, boy, all of a sudden, it was wild ass from what I remember as well. Like I was working I think I was at Cap One when it happened, and you just kind of sitting there like, yeah, it happened. I got up to go to work. I was still at my house when I woke up and turned on the TV. It's back when, you had cable or whatever. Did I just freeze? Or is that just on my other computer? Ah, look at that face. Look at that face. That face was when it froze. I go, oh.
My side wasn't frozen, but your side was frozen.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know if it's him frozen or if it's me frozen, but I'm just going to talk just in case it's him frozen. And you're just listening to me.
Yeah. I was sitting there looking right at the thing. I was like, okay, it must have something popped out or whatnot. But yeah. And I was looking at the screen and my face was like this. All I could think about was like, oh, it's when she gives you those. I'm not going to say it anyways. It's like, yeah, it's crazy as hell. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oof.
The Knob Gobbler 6000?
Yeah, that's actually whatever it was on Twitter or whatever. Because I think I posted something. It was during the holidays, and it was while I was watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas, right? The Jim Carrey one. And it was like Lou was making some face. He was looking up, and he was like this. He was like... And I was like, someone captioned this, and that's what the first thing went to. I was like, oh, God. But yeah, I was like, when she gives you the Whoville. Oh, God, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
But anyways, yeah, so with notes, so I had one last thing, just real quick. It was more about it's college football, but a little bit it's celebrity stuff. Colorado, they suck. And, the QB is like blaming everybody, blaming the coaches, the offensive coordinator, blaming everybody calling the plays, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, it's seriously like a shit show out there. You know what I mean? And his stock is falling. No one's taking him 101. Like if they somehow if he kept it together and just was like real professional throughout the season, maybe. But
maybe not 1-1, but he's going in the first round for sure. He's definitely going to. And a lot of that is like he's got they've got a crappy offensive line.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
Dion's got to get an offensive line in there because you've got two first round picks. Him and Travis Hunter are going to be first round picks. Travis Hunter he's going to be that kid's going to be good, right?
The only reason Shadur would be a first round pick is because there's a handful of teams that are absolutely decimated at quarterback. They have nobody. No one's coming out. This is going to be a weak quarterback class after like the 5 or 6 that came out last year. In the first round. That's how it was like the NFL has got there's a handful of teams now. And there's a reason that, Dak Prescott got a massive contract because the Cowboys have no other option. They don't draft. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they drafted him. Was he a draft? He was a draft pick, right? The fourth round?
Like fourth round.
Fourth round guy. And they always pay guys that they draft. So there we go. We got Godfather adding Hunter Henry. He dropped Noah Fant. There's a lot of moves right now. A lot of moves.
I'm pretty sure he just picked up Noah Fant.
He
too.
did. Who did he drop for that?
He's in full panic mode. He was the worst team in the league this first week. He's petitioning for himself to be removed from the league. You're
gonna get relegated. He's the one leading the charge. He's like, yeah, I want to get out of here. So yeah, there you go. It's fantasy football, and like we said, we went through the previous stream, and it was like, yeah, just chill. It's week 1. His team sucks though. But yeah,
his team does suck.
Just chill.
I remember looking at like draft day, talking to him. He's just like, I don't really like my team. I was like, I don't either.
He had chances too. He really did. And you think about it, like say Jerry, I think he was the high scoring team this week, right? And he was getting everybody at value. All these players he was scooping up, value picks.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Jerry's team ain't gonna hold.
No, it won't. But he's the Oakland A's from when they did Moneyball. He's that team. You know what I mean?
He's got Brad Pitt pulling the strings.
And eventually you're gonna run into talent. But he's had a hell of a week 1.
Yeah, when all the top performers don't perform, his team's awesome. He's great. So
yeah, pretty much.
Remind me of a former owner that used to draft a bunch of backups.
Shane, are you still in here? Gnome, if you're still in here, we're looking for someone to make picks with us coming up in 5 minutes. I totally forgot to say it earlier than when you were in here. And in Kansas City is playing the Bengals this week at Burrowhead. I think they're at Burrowhead, or maybe they're going to, because they don't ever make the Bengals play the Chiefs in Cincinnati. So, yeah.
Well, it's just like here lately. If the Lions play the Cowboys, it's always here.
Yeah. Is it this year as well? They play them this year, right?
Yeah, and it's here every year.
Yep. Bengals at Chiefs, 3:25 game. If you're in here, you got my phone number. When I say, hey, you want to call. I mean, you might want to text him real quick if you want to hit him up. If you're in here, if you're not in here, I think you're still in here though. I got a feeling. But yeah, we got those coming up here in about 5. We probably should be doing it right now, but if we can get him on the horn, we'll make our picks. We'll do our NFL picks, and we will recap the previous picks. We're going to end tonight with story time again. I think we're going to go, instead of story time, we're going to play Am I the A-Hole? And then, that's about it, I think.
That's what we played last week.
Was it Am I the A-Hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was what was it?
I don't know.
The dad, he won the lottery or something like that.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah. It was the weekly thing. He's like, hey, look, I'm going to give you half. I'm going to give it to you so that you get to keep it. And then I just want half of it. And the kid was like, well, how about I just give you 20%? I don't think I should just give you half. And he's like, you know what? Screw it. I took the lump sum. I'll leave you some money when I'm dead.
I think I had like 2 of them. I think I'll go with this one. I think the other one, it might be more reserved for the Patreon. Patreon.com/Strikeout Beer. We have Freebie Friday. We drop a free video on Friday. But for the rest of the paying subscribers and things like that, on any tier, they get access to the bonus show and also like beers of the week and kind of sneak peeks and stuff like that. We used to do behind the scenes stuff, but with the way we're set up right now, we're just remote. So,
yeah, it's a little bit different, but hey, we're putting out. I'm putting out my underdog picks. I started off great at 2-0, and then I lost my last 2. Was real close to hitting my Monday night.
Got real penisy with the kickers.
I got. Well, that wasn't part of those picks though.
Oh, okay.
But I my Monday night pick, 2 of the 3 legs hit. Hold on. He just messaged me back.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. And speaking of underdog, we
I missed Brock Purdy hitting his longest pass was over under 37.5. And I took the over on that. I was like, oh, we're gonna have CMC, Debo, Brandon. They're gonna bust one, and I think his high was like 36. So I was like a yard and a half away.
Nice.
So
both those didn't work. I put a little dough on Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum tonight, and they didn't pan out. But I did win.
Asia hit for me, but the other two didn't.
I don't see her. Oh,
Asia set the single season scoring record.
That's what I was like. Okay, I see that. And I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and jump in on that. I had a 3-way pick here: Max Fried, Nick Pavetta, Dean Kramer, whatever. And then I had Fried and Wheeler, Boyd and Falter. So I had 3 that I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, but I was feeling really good. So I was like, you know what? I don't do WNBA enough. Let me go ahead and do a little something there, for a couple bucks. But I put 5 on it, and it's like, oh, son of a bitch. I was like, I'm going back to baseball. I was all pissed about it. I was like, eat it. But anyway.
Yeah. I'm working on something for tomorrow night's game. I'll have that posted again. That's part of our paid portion of our Patreon. Looking to rebound, break this little two game losing streak, but I'll have stuff for Thursday. I'll have stuff for Sunday. I'll have stuff for Monday. I'll have something for all the days of the week that we get football that I'll be dropping in there. And then when I hit, I just kind of share it to the free and say, hey, but I am sharing, my record. I'm 2-2 right now. Started off great, and then all the stars decided they didn't want to perform this weekend. So
it was a rough week in fantasy. That was for sure. And I'm getting a free pick for with CeeDee Lamb right now. Plus,
yeah, I've got that. I've got one for that I've already created.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to throw that one in there for my Patreon pick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have 3 legit picks because not everyone's going to get that CD pick, right?
So you got to hammer those gimme picks. I mean, those are the ones then you're just pretty much doing a straight up even bet. That's how I was explaining underdog to my brother. I was like, it's like that's how they get you. Like, yeah, it's fantasy. You're picking over or under for each player, but I go, it's parlays. I go, you can't just bet on one dude. So it's all parlays. Now, when you're on a Sunday, if you got a full roster or a full we had a full slate, right, which we'll have again this Wednesday or Sunday, excuse me. Anytime touchdown scores, that's where I like to play. I like to play anytime touchdowns. And then also I do like, some of the yardage, I'll dial it back a notch, to lower it, and I'll give up some of the juice, but I trust this a lot more than I trust that extra, where I'm getting almost even. Like, no, I'm going to bring it down a notch, bring it on down.
Well, some of the receiving yards were so low. Like, I think Jamar Chase was 68 yards. CD was 70 yards. I'm like, they're definitely going over that, and then they didn't. It was
I took Jamar receptions over that.
For my CD, I've got Rashee Rice at higher than 69.5, and I got Jason Sanders over 1.5 field goals.
Oh, he kicking tomorrow. He going to be kicking.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do the picks. Let's recap last week, and then we're going to get out of here because we got to do another recording after this, and we're going to do a shout-out to one of our big fans, one that we love very much. Patreon.com/Strikeout Beer.
Yeah, if Busby, if you're in here and you want to make picks with us, I know you like to lurk and not say anything.
That's how I like to do it.
Oh, wait. Horny's responding now.
I like to sit in the corner and just, whatever. That was actually one of the Boardwalk Empire thing. You know what I mean? This chick was hitting on this dude, this white chick and this black fella, right? And she's like, hey, you want to come and have sex? And so they're doing it in some hotel, right? Well, then her husband shows up. She goes, oh, no. And he's like, he's got a pistol on the dude. He's like, yeah, go ahead and keep going. I'm like, whoa, that was unexpected. But all of a sudden he's got his hand down his pants and his other one on his pistol. I'm like, oh, shit. You're one of those guys, eh? I think there was a senator or something like that was doing that kind of shit. It's like, oh, my God. What do you got going on over there? A lot of swiping. That's a lot of swiping. You're swiping so hard your damn microphone's moving.
Well, because it's right there. But no, he said, shit, okay, I'll message when I can answer. I was like, no, call RD. You got his number, right? So I think Horny's going to join us here in a second. It's sounding like he's in.
All right.
So but before we get into our picks,
yep,
let's kind of talk about how last week went.
Okay.
It didn't go well for us. Me and you both, we actually had the same picks last week. We picked all the same across the board. We both went 2-3 last week. Not our best week.
I should put my Bovada picks up there. That's what I should be doing. But those are mine. They're in here, in my heart.
Okay. And then we had Old School pick with us. Old School went 4-1 last week.
Damn, that guy can pick.
Yeah, he had a good week. He missed on the Browns. We all took the Browns at -2.5. That didn't pan out so well.
It turns out the Browns suck. Like it's Deshaun Watson. He sucks.
He
right?
does. He does 100%. He's not good at football anymore. He's not football player man anymore.
When he left Houston, all hell broke loose. He took that big bag of money and somehow just effed up.
Well, I mean, he didn't play for a year, so you got that going for you, right?
Oh, that was the suspension, right?
Yeah, and missing a year, it could go both ways, right?
Yeah.
You see some guys, they miss a year, they come back, and they're the cock of the walk. But then you've got guys like him, not so great. Remember Le'Veon Bell? He sat out that year. I'm not signing the franchise tag. I'm going to sit out and not get paid, and then I'm going to go sign with the Jets, and I'm going to suck. And that's what happened.
Yep. Man, sometimes you got to let them walk. Sometimes you just be like, you know what? We're done here.
He did.
We're done.
And the Steelers like, you know what? It's been fun, bro. It's been fun. Enjoy sitting out. And then, that was just. But other players, they missed time, and boom, yeah. So Old School, he's in here with the smiles. Yeah, congratulations, Old School. You beat us last week, 4-1. What was the final score of that?
Beat the brakes out of it. The Chef's game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't you have that kind of stuff written down?
Well, no, I don't have the final
27-20.
He was pretty close. He said 27-14.
Oh. He can predict that too. Like he's good at predicting like the actual outcome, the scores and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty close. You're 6 points away there, Old School. You hit the Chiefs score. Just not the.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. Let me see if he's responded. Well, I guess not. So listeners are going 0 for 5 this week. We're winning this week.
Listeners are going to just take it in the shorts.
Oh, just taking it in the shorts. Is Lizzie around? You get her to pick?
She can. Let me call her real quick. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. I mean, let's try.
I mean, I could call somebody else. I can call anybody. Call whoever.
Yeah, call someone.
Yeah, let's get somebody on the horn. Let me see if she answers. I don't even know if she'll answer. Hi, you're on with Strikeout Beer with Alan Rapiday. What's up?
Am I a winner?
Yeah. Yes, you get to pick games with us this week.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, let's go.
So, and the way this is going to go is me and Rapid Dave, two of us will go first. We're going to alternate. You'll always have the second pick, and we're picking these games against the spread. Against the spread.
Get the phone book out. I'm just going to start calling random people. See if they answer.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
All right, Rapid Dave, you're going to start us off this week. We got Saints traveling to Dallas to play those Cowboys. The Saints are getting 6.5 points.
Buddy, I don't think that's enough for the Cowgirls. They're in New Orleans, right?
No.
They're in Dallas?
Playing in the Death Star, AT&T Stadium.
Cowboys by 1 million.
Cowboys suck at home.
By 1 million.
Worst home field advantage in the league. I will take that. You give me 1 million points. You know what? It doesn't even have to be the full mill. Okay? Do 999,099. All right.
Cowboys, baby. What do they say? They say let's ride or something. I don't know. Rowdy. Let's get rowdy in here.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, there you go. I need to get the mascot hats, like Lee Corso or something.
You're gonna be Lee Corso. All right, Lizzie, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys as well.
All right. I 6.5 is a lot. It's a lot of points. Teams that get that much, they don't typically do so hot. I'm going to take the Saints in the 6.5.
There you go.
I like the 6.5 points. Next up, the Bengals traveling to Kansas City.
You didn't even have to tell them.
The Bengals are getting 5 points.
You should have went first on the last one. You should have had me go first on this one. I would have fired another hot shot right across your nose.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs. You don't know if T. Higgins is going to be back this week.
Don't need him.
Don't need him. Don't need
him.
This is the Bengals are bad for about 3 games.
Chef's
bad
cover.
for about 3 games, and then then they start to pick it up. So this is game number 2. They're going to go 0-2, and yeah.
All right,
Lizzie, who you got?
I also have the Taylor Swift Chiefs.
She's got this new play. She's got this new play call, the flat ass, and you pretty much just running flats all day. Just across the
there
middle.
You go. Yeah, I got the Chiefs as well. There you go.
Going Chiefs. All right.
Yeah, going Chiefs. Sorry, babe.
That's all good.
Rapid Dave.
Oh, we're going Who Day all day, baby.
The Saints.
Who Day?
What?
That's Who Dat, you idiot. They're going to go into Burrowhead.
Kansas Swifty Chiefs.
They're going into Burrowhead. They're the only team that can beat the Chiefs at home. They do it damn near every time. I think they've only lost once there. So, yeah, baby. Let's go. Who Day.
All right. And next we got the Bucks traveling to Detroit.
There's a bit in there somewhere.
What do you mean a bit? Oh, like a bet?
Yeah, like a bet. Like if the Bengals win, Allen has to show up next Wednesday wearing like a blonde wig and a Travis Kelce t-shirt.
Well, I usually make this bet with Old School, but we burned we burned the bet last week, or we burned him last week because he was here. But yeah, no, I have his. What's crazy is I own a 3D print, but I printed it forever ago, and I painted it and I poured paint in it, but I poured like oil-based paint into it, so it doesn't look as good. And also, after a year now, I think it's actually been over 2 years or whatever. It's still soft to the touch. So I'm like, I'll just print him another one. Well, and I just never gotten around to it. Like, God, it's machines. I swear to God, I'm going to throw the pieces of shit out the window. Anyways.
Well, you probably need to try it again. So
right.
let's put that on the agenda for tomorrow, shall we?
All right.
Next one.
Let's go.
Alan, your turn.
All right. Well, no, it's Rapid Dave's turn.
Yeah.
He starts this round. We got the Bucks traveling to Detroit to play the Lions. The Bucks are getting 7.5.
That's a lot. Otherwise, if it was any other team, like say if it was like Carolina or the Titans or something, I would be like, yeah, Detroit's going to cover, no problem at all. I think the issue is you're running into a red hot Tampa Bay game. I think this might be a game of the week. I think it's like you're going to talk high scoring, crazy shootout. It was a high scoring game this past week, even though it went to overtime. Bucks are getting how many points?
7.5.
Give me the 7. That's too many points. That's too many points for especially the Bucks. But I think this is gonna be a must watch TV, people.
Yeah, noon start on this one.
Nice
rematch from the playoffs last year. Lions took the Bucks out last year. Lizzie, who you got?
I'm kind of on the fence, honestly, but I did go with the Bucks.
Okay.
Bucks and the points?
Yeah.
That's a bucket full of points. Now you're actually going to find out if Allen really believes the shit he says about it being too many points, or there's a lot of points. I don't know. Well, we're going to see. So now we're going to find out.
7.5 points is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. And I actually expect this game to be pretty close. I
think so as well. I'm talking field goal close. Maybe 2.5 points.
And I thought last week, the 3.5 points was too much against the Rams. I thought that game was going to be pretty close. I took the Rams to cover with the 3.5, and they didn't. But hey,
technically it ended in a tie in full time.
Well, 7.5 is just a lot of points.
That's absurd.
When you're giving me that many points in the NFL, I'm taking the points.
Yeah,
that's just all there is to it. Next we got. For the games of the week, there wasn't a lot of selections there.
Mm-hmm.
I went with 2 1-0 teams, and I went with the Bears and the Texans in Houston The Bears are getting 6 points. The Bears defense is good. That offense is pretty bad. Texans defense is pretty darn good too. 6 points though. 7.5 is a lot. It's 2 possessions. It is, Shane.
Mm-hmm. It is.
6 points is a lot.
Well, it's not 2 possessions. That's 1 possession.
It's 1 possession, but it's still a lot.
It's a lot. Oh, I'm talking about the 7.5. The 7.5 is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
7.5. That's 2 possessions.
Yeah. It's 1. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, yes. Okay.
Mathematically, yeah, that's how I look at it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, then calm down.
You got quiet. Mommy just hit Daddy. Daddy just hit Mommy at the table. Just eat your chicken nuggets.
Can you pass the peas, please? You know what? I'm going to stick with what I know in my heart.
Ooh, okay.
And is one of my core beliefs that the Bears can suck. And give me the Texans. Because Caleb Williams can go eat a dick.
Yes, he can.
Lizzie, what you got?
I got the Texans.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
You ain't got to ask me. Texans.
Honestly, for me, that was a no-brainer one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Texans are going to just roll right through them. Like, somehow they're like the Bears are still getting so much credit, but it's like you beat up a terrible team. Your offense had nobody or nothing going for it. You know, maybe you're going to figure it out, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Texans for me.
It's that video of the Starship Troopers. You know, I'm doing my part. And here comes the boy. I didn't do shit. That's Caleb Williams.
Oh,
I'd like to throw this out there. If we can get a different, or at least a pick here, it's 2 0-1 teams, divisional rivals, and
I still have another game on the slate.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to swap it out for this one.
I like this one. We can do 6.
We'll do 6 for the current guest and her favorite team.
Okay, I need you to look up the point spread on Espen.
Okay.
But you got to make your pick first.
Okay,
you
gotcha.
You make the first pick on this one.
All right.
We got tomorrow night's game. The Bills traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Bills are getting 2.5.
Buddy, I said it's going to be a shootout. I said it was going to be wild as hell. They're in Buffalo.
No.
They're in Miami.
They're in Miami. I think you just sold me on it. I think I'm going to so 2.5 points. God.
The Bills are getting 2.5.
They look.
Thursday night games are so uneventful, though.
They generally are. You know what? I'll just go Miami. How about that? They're down in Miami. Screw it. I'll go Miami.
Oh boy.
And I got the spread whenever you're ready.
Okay, you pulled off Espen.
Yep. Espen.com/ESPN betting /story/ID 564445555.
Okay, we're trying to let our guests take a pick, so if you could just be quiet for a second, I'd appreciate it. Sorry about that. He's just so rude, Lizzie.
0-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
How about you 1-0-1-1-1 yourself?
Yeah. For me, if it's my turn, I'm gonna go Bills. I'm gonna go Bills Mafia all the way.
I know. I think I'm regretting my pick, but I'm staying by it. That's a good pick.
Well, you have to. I wrote it down in pen, and it's not an erasable pen, so you're out of luck.
It's not erasable. Oh
God. No. I'm ready to. I'm going to travel to Buffalo, go tailgate with them, jump through a table. You're giving me 2.5 points. The Bills. Josh Allen he's going to eat all day. You have no idea what's going on with that Miami run right now with all the injuries there. You know, is Tua going to not Tua, but is Tyreek going to get arrested before this game? I don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Give me the Bills and the 2.5. That's a no-brainer for me.
Bills. Misunderstood.
I wrote that down 6 years ago. It was written in the cards.
God.
All right. Here's your final game of the week. We're gonna throw a bonus pick in there for Miss Lizzie here, New York native. New York Giants going to Washington, take on the Commanders Sunday, 12 p.m. Central Time. -2 points. Washington Commanders -2. So Giants are getting 2. That is not enough points.
Just 2?
No.
Just 2.
Just an even 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It just says even 2. Did you say 6.5 for the Cowboys?
Yeah. I did.
So I'm on the right page. Yep, 2.
Yeah. I mean, this is a no-brainer. It really is. I'm taking the Commanders all day,
Mm.
all day, every day. I'm sorry, Lizzie, but your Giants suck.
They really do. And, not only this stuff, but the uniforms were hideous last week. So, yeah, I mean, I love my Giants, but I'm also realistic. So I guess I'm going to go with, I got to go with my gut, and that's Commanders.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Hey, I love my Giants. I love my Giants, but I love money more. So give me Commanders.
There you go. Well, you're not getting paid for this, by the way. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. So.
Oh damn!
Brandon,
I just signed a contract that says I was getting paid for my picks tonight. What's going on?
We can talk about that later. I got that.
Okay.
I got that
right.
contract.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
So, Rapid Dave, I just sent you over a meme that I saw this week.
We're going to talk about
Before
it here in a
you
second.
pick your pick, if you want to describe the meme that I sent you.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. So it's a picture of Daniel Jones in their Week 1 throwback 100-year anniversary of their terrible jerseys. You know what's funny is they got like the Michigan helmet looking thing going there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
All right, so here you go. This is building the worst possible QB ever. Are you ready? All right.
Ready?
Yes.
We're going to go T to B. Decision making, Daniel Jones. Accuracy, Daniel Jones. Play execution, Daniel Jones. Again, we're building the worst possible QB. Arm strength, Daniel Jones. Drip, Daniel Jones. Pocket presence, Daniel Jones. Mobility, Daniel Jones. He ain't got the worst mobility in the league. I'll tell you that. I know that's.
No, he doesn't.
Come on, there's worse. But it was funny.
He's not the Tin Man, but that's yeah.
Yeah. And I am going Washington because I don't care. It could be 5-7. Washington's going to figure out their problems. Giants are. What's crazy is
Daniels didn't look awful.
Yeah. There and he actually scored. He rushed I think 2 in. We talked about it during the SB Fantasy Football podcast. And yeah, no, it's crazy how they actually have talent around Daniel Jones every single year. You know, they got a terrible offensive line. It is what it is. But they still have talent around him, but they still can't do anything with it. You got Malik Neighbors there. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. And it's like you got no one to give him the ball. I feel bad for him. I really do. And Daniel Jones wasn't bad. It's like he's getting worse. He signed that contract, and he fell off a cliff. So, I don't know. Lizzie, thank you so much for answering the phone. I appreciate it. Alan, did you have any closing remarks, or did you want to recap anything? Or
I think we're good.
We're good to go there?
Got it all written down here. We're good to go. Lizzie, we appreciate you joining us, and I just got to let you know the pleasure's all on this side of the table.
Well, you know what, guys? I listen to your show every week. I appreciate what you guys bring to the table every week. I love football. I love listening to you guys. And hey, thanks for having me on. Night.
Good night.
Night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So there you go. There's Lizzie Bing. Intro girl Lizzie. We need to get her back on doing a little bit of, some intros and stuff like that. That was always fun. That was always a good time.
If you wanna record something and shoot it over to me this week, we can have a return of the intro girl Lizzie for next week.
There we go. Maybe we'll do something like that. So there you go. That's I tell you what, man. You got some great games. You're gonna have some fun games this week. You're gonna have some stinkers. But if you got the red zone, you don't really care. You're just watching football. Or if you're watching your favorite team or whatever. I always have Channel 4 and Channel 11 up whenever they're on, so I can watch. I want to watch the games that they give us, but I also want to watch the red zone. That's more my thing. And Chris Hansen, he's growing on me. You know what I'm saying?
Is he Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen? Yeah, he's the guy from.
Yeah, it's not the same guy, but
no.
It'd be pretty cool if they did that. They sprinkled those in every once in a while. Like he's sitting there doing it. It's like, hey, we got a break and play here. Steve, you want to tell me what you're doing here?
You said, I'm just came over for, no, according to this, it says you were going to raw dog. It's like, that son of a bitch is sitting there reading off a card, text messages and shit. I'm like, I remember seeing this goddamn guy at a restaurant, and she showed up with the text messages. They're fucking blown up and shit. It's I'm like, dude, just get up and get the fuck out of there. It's like, just
Dude,
walk away, bro. Like walk away.
There's so many of those things. Like I see them on TikTok all the time, and I get if I get start watching them, I get sucked in. They're like seven parts each, right? And I'm like, I jump in on part 5. I'm like, hold on. I gotta go back. So like I stop early on into it. Let me go to the page. Okay, part 1. Let's go. I'm ready. And it's hey, what are you doing here today? Oh, you're here to meet. How old are they? I think they said they were 18. Well, no, they're 13. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it says right here. Let me show you the conversation here. And these dudes show up with a binder. They show up with a binder of the whole conversation.
Jesus.
And
well, the 3 looks like an 8. You know, if you got a dirty screen, which I have, and it just. I thought she said she was 18.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and I mean, you were obviously worried about it because right here you said, man, I hear about these people getting bust all the time, and they're talking to a decoy. You're not a decoy, right? No, I'm not a decoy. Okay,
wasn't that entrapment at that point?
Like
you're lying at that point, right? You're like, are you a cop? You got to tell me if you're a cop. No, I'm totally not a cop. And they show up and they're like, totally a cop.
Spoiler alert, that's not a real thing. Okay.
Like, you got to tell me if you're a cop.
I don't have to tell you.
This is entrapment.
It's not like, shit, you got me. Yeah, I'm a cop. Oh, buddy. I almost got you. Yeah, you almost got me. Oh, that was close.
It changes her name to from Big Ass 14 to Big Ass 15 or something like that. Knob Gobbler 85.
It's so great. Like just watching those videos. I don't know. I just love watching the whole train wreck of it.
Oh God.
So and the bed kids.
Just real quick, we're recapping the beers that we're having. I'm having Shiner Oktoberfest. This is a Marzen. Now, this thing has been checked in 134,000 times on Untappd. 92,000 of those are unique with an average score of 3.47. And I do like to go over to Beer Advocate every so often because it depends, I think, on the style of the beer and like where the beer's from. You'll actually get some action over there at Beer Advocate. Now, it's got a 77 score, which they have labeled as okay. Average score of 3.37. Now, the check-ins or whatever is not anywhere near. You know, you got 1,325 ratings, 369 reviews and stuff like that. But I did want to come over here because Beer Advocate has the data. It was added. Same as, I think Untappd has the same thing. And I just want to double-check that it was 2005. There you go. But big thumbs up for me. A little sweet, but that's what you get with these Marzens. That's the caramel. That's the Marzen style flavor. And I'm not much of a Marzen guy. I'm more of a fest beer kind of fella. But Marzen ain't bad. Pretty good.
Not bad. And I am on my third one of this pack. So I started off with we got the Golden Brew here. And then I went over to, up next was the Citrus Wit, which was phenomenal, delicious. First time having that one. And right now I'm having the Amber Rodeo. All three of them are delicious. They're really good. If you're looking for a nice NA option, this is one of those that doesn't hit you with that watered down taste that you'll get with some of your NAs.
Mm-hmm. It really
so,
is.
Go and get you some. I think we got one last thing before we head out.
Well, I was gonna start talking about maybe some Oktoberfest events that are coming up. Okay. You have I'm gonna have a little bit more, but you go to do214.com and they'll have Oktoberfest celebrations everywhere. This Saturday, actually, just real quick, Punktoberfest over at Lakewood Brewing. They're going to have, I think they're doing 3 different seasonal beers. They'll have a Punkel, a Dunkel, and I can't think of the other one. There was a third one out there.
It almost sounded like you said Puck.
I did say Puck. That's why I went back and said Punkel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I said Punktoberfest.
Which reminded me, the Victory app launched today for the Dallas Stars. So make sure you go download that. I think there's like 4 states. There's only like 4 states that can watch all the Stars games for free. It's done by territory. It's like here, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and maybe Arkansas.
Yeah.
Are the 4 states. But it's not just only that, but they've got a ton of content on there already. A bunch of player profiles and other things. There's going to be a lot of different content on there.
Nice.
So if you're in the DFW area, go get it.
The other thing popping up this weekend over there at Truck Yard in the Colony, Trucktoberfest. Okay. So they're going to have German food, live music, keg tapping and stuff like that. That actually, you need tickets for that. So just FYI, a Puckle Duckle is just a ground of a puck tossed in a beer. Oh God, ground up
I'll
puck. Oh God. Yeah. I'll talk more about the other events coming up later, but there is Addison Oktoberfest. It starts Thursday, September 19th, runs through September 22nd. So we might be trying to head out there for that because I think Bitter Sisters is out there. It's close to where they're at, Addison Park. So I can probably roll out there and see what's up.
Just be like, hey, guys.
Yeah.
You guys like the party? What's up?
Big gulps, eh? But there is a ton of Oktoberfest and fall festivals going on, and we'll update every week as we do a live stream. We'll talk more about them, and if we make it out to one. But yeah, like the next ones are a week away. You mostly find these things on Saturdays, Sundays, and whatnot. And but yeah, Punktoberfest, why not? I mean, we've always loved Punkles. We love the Dunkel out there as well. So I might roll out there. It starts 11 a.m.
Okay. Report back. Let us know.
You know what? I wanted to say something real quick because I got Lagerfest going on out at what's that one in Bedford?
Turning Point.
So Lagerfest 2024, and they've also got a couple things. That's September 14th, which is this weekend as well. You do got to get tickets. So you can get a 7-ounce, custom glass or whatever they're giving, a commemorative glass or whatever.
Did I see right that they're going to have 20 different lagers?
20 freaking lagers, bro. And so I was like, okay, I might go out there and just see what's up and see how
all 20.
I like lagers. What do you want me to do? But there is something coming up. I don't know what day it's on. I need to look at it because I don't think it's going to be on the same day. But they got like cars and stuff out there. So they got like badass rides. Show? Yeah, they got like a car show inside the brewery. Like it's bonkers. They got the cars from these cool ass
inside?
Yeah, like R32 Skylines. They're going to have some other stuff out there. I know
it's big in there, but it's not that big to put cars in there. Multiple cars.
It looked like there was going to be like 5. Yeah, I'll look it up. But go ahead with your final, or you said you're going to talk about something.
No, you had one more thing to talk about.
Oh, the story of the night?
Yeah.
You know what? Let me look this up real quick. Hold on.
We have to finish with story time.
Yeah, Turning Point. I swear to God, there was like a car show or something out there. Lizzie's in here turning on the fans on. Whips and Brews. Oh, it happened this past weekend.
Okay.
It did. Oh, my God. Yep. And they had, it was Sunday. It was on the 8th. Was that Sunday? I think it was. Dude, they had some badass looking cars out there. I was like, all right, let me see if we can get out there. And I think we got caught up doing a bunch of other crap around the house. God, everything sucks. Like, just I don't even want to do this anymore. Like, why am I here? Why is this going on? But yeah, I definitely want to hit up some breweries, hit up some Oktoberfest events, and then there's obviously, I think there's a couple things going up like McKinney, like 5K runs, but you dress up. I'm like, yeah, we'll put on some of those cheap costumes. That's like a beer. It just kind of goes over your body or whatever. It's like it'd be kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. Couple new subscribers over there on SB Fantasy Football. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Yep.
While you're looking up that story.
Oh, no. Oh, Alan froze. Hold on. Oh, no. Not again.
We're going to be doing at least one video over there a week, as well as sharing some other stuff on there.
Yeah.
So go check it out. Do us a favor.
All right.
Or whatever.
Or don't, whatever. All right, here's a story for you tonight, my man. Are you ready for story time?
Which one? Is this the am I an asshole or?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I an a-hole? And then here's the title. I don't want to be financially responsible for someone else's kids.
Okay.
I have a child. My wife has 3 kids. Her children's dad has 12 kids. From the day we met, I made it clear that Manny starts off hot. Like, from the day we met, I made it clear that I will not be financially responsible for her kids. I already have a kid. I need to support. I can't support more kids. It's not my fault that she married a man who doesn't know what a condom is, and it's not my fault that he has way more children than he can afford. Now he is dead, and my wife is expecting me to start supporting her kids because they didn't get enough support or didn't get enough inheritance. And she is no longer getting child support. I'm pretty sure that they will be receiving some kind of financial support now that he is dead, but she won't talk about that. Red flag. I haven't changed my mind. I can't support 3 more kids. I have my own child I have to think about. I told her that I am not doing this, and they are not my problem. They are not my kids. Now she thinks I'm an asshole. What's your thoughts?
Here's my thought. I don't think he is. I mean, I think he is just for his stance, right? But this was his stance before they got married. So
he does say my wife. So they got married. Yeah.
But he said that, before we got married, I stated this. I'm not going to support those kids. I have to support my kid. Okay. But I think you're an asshole because, I mean, if you're going to marry someone who has kids, that's now your family, right? And I think you do need to take on helping support those kids because that's your wife. Those are her kids. You're choosing to marry her. You're taking that family in. But again, before they got married, he put this out there and said this before then and was like this through their whole first part of their marriage, however long it is. I don't know how long it was, right?
Yeah.
But, and then now that, that sucks that their dad died. I mean,
so they'll get support, and that's what she goes. They're going to get financial support now that he's passed, and she doesn't want to talk about that. I go, why not? Because they're going to get, hell, I don't know, we've been in the auto finance business for a long time. That's like $1,000, $1,200 each kid.
I mean, it depends on how much he earned, though.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's all dependent on how much he earned and how much he put in Social Security.
It could be that $555 or $566,
where it's like $200, $300, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, an extra $200 to $300 to help raise a kid is a lot, right?
Well, she probably wasn't getting that much in child support if you had 12 kids. You know what I mean? She's probably getting like $300 or $400, $500 a month, maybe. You know what I mean? Obviously, if he didn't leave anything behind, he probably wasn't making anything anyway. But yeah, I'm like, he's making it sound like, like he's got to pay like, almost like child support. I'm like, if the kids live with y'all, you keep the damn lights on and keep the kids fed. I'm like, are you talking about you're not buying like I'm going to Walmart or McDonald's and I'm only getting one Happy Meal? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to look and get some more information.
Figure out how this is working. How's this dynamic work, right?
It doesn't work.
Because like you said, yeah, they've got the house. They probably, I don't know, they split the house bill. They split the utilities. I don't know what their situation is. But him having to, I think he's an asshole just kind of because of his stance. And this lady should have been like, hey, look. I mean, most people I know is like, hey, if you're going to take me, my kid comes with me, right? So we're a package deal type thing. But she agreed to this before they got married.
It's wild how he's stating it too. It's like, financially support or whatever. I'm like, what's that even mean? Like they live in your house or something like that. It's like, yeah, no, it's just part of a family, whatever. But yeah, it's like so she's not going to financially help out your kid at all either. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a real weird story. And it's
does it state whether it's their kid or just his kid?
He says my kid.
Okay.
So maybe they don't have any. You know what they should do? If it's his kid and that's her kids, just split and get the hell out of there.
Right.
It's going to be miserable anyways.
I don't know how it wouldn't be miserable already.
It sounds miserable from day one,
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, what kind of a guy? He's like, oh, look, no, I'll marry you, but I ain't taking care of those kids you come along with. Like, I don't know someone that'd be like, oh, that's okay, that's fine, right? Anyone that I have, lots of friends that are single parents, right? Or not single parents, but had parents out of other relationships, divorced, got pregnant at an early age, relationships didn't work out, whatever the reason, right? And all of them are like, oh, a lot of them are, they're very defensive about their kids and, who they bring around their kids. And they want to date someone for a while and see if it's even going to be anything before they even introduce them to their kids. And
well, some people are responsible and then some people aren't. You have a lot of people that have a lot of goddamn kids from a lot of different dudes, or he's got a lot of kids with a lot of random women. You know what I mean? Like, it's just irresponsibility is running rampant right now, I think. But anyways, back to this. Yeah, it's like they're both like, if you don't have kids together, just fucking split. Just split your shit up and get out of there. Y'all go your separate married little ways. And
I don't know how he could be happy. Like,
oh, he's just fucking miserable every day. He's got to be.
And her, like either one of them, right? She's now got to take on the full burden of these kids. Hey, you're supposed to love me, help support me, blah blah blah. But you're not. That's not a partnership. That's not a partnership.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're roommates.
Yeah,
is more so what it sounds like.
And when he says my kid or whatever, it sounds like he's probably getting raked over the coals by his ex or his baby mama or whatever. And then she's got 3 kids by some other dude that probably didn't support much at all, and that definitely doesn't support nothing now. You know what I'm saying? So like shit. And you're right. It's like, how much did he earn? And he's got 12 goddamn kids. Got to split all that whatever up. And you're probably right. It's probably more along the line of like $100, $200, maybe each kid if they're lucky. But doesn't sound like that. So woof. So there's my story of the day, buddy. I hope everybody feels better.
I think in general he's an asshole, but not for this situation because he made his terms. The terms were made before the marriage. Yeah. But at that point, like I said, you're just roommates sharing a room. Right? I don't know.
Boy.
People are dumb.
They are dumb. And then dumb people have a lot of kids. And they just dumb people raising. That's
taking us closer and closer to the idiocracy. We're so close.
Dumb people having dumb kids, raising dumb kids, and it's just like we're overpopulated with dumb people. Jesus.
Yep. Oof. Well, did you know what I heard today?
Could only imagine.
You know how many kids Elon Musk has?
12? 11?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like 12 kids. And you know why he has 12 kids? Because he's doing his part to help repopulate.
Oh yeah, area. He says that. He's big into that. Yeah, because
he's like, our population is going down, so I'm going to do my part to repopulate, and so I'm just plugging away.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a real thing. Like we're not, there's a lot of young, which is kind of nice. Or it's kind of good, I think. A lot of young people who aren't married. They're like this next generation. They don't want kids. They're not having kids, and like because our generation just had a bunch of goddamn kids, you know what I mean, with no interest in supporting them or all that. You got like 8 different baby daddies, and he's got not only that one, but he's knocked up 5 other chicks and shit like that. It's like, it's a waste of time. But yeah, we're going the wrong way. But yeah, he's doing a little something, but that's why he's doing it.
Soon, it's everyone in the world's either going to be related to Elon Musk or Nick Cannon. One of the two.
Either. Well, we're screwed on one account. I think we'll be all right if the fucking rocket scientist is populating. I'd like to see that Earth with a bunch of a dude that's married to his wife having kids that he's pretty smart fucking guy and not some dude that's.
Well, I mean, they're not all because he's got 3 kids with Grimes who they're going through a big old custody battle, and then he has 9 other kids with other women.
Who's Grimes?
That Canadian chick, the one they just had the baby where they tried to name it something all weird. She's like a Canadian pop star or something like that, singer or something like that. Like she's some sort of a Canadian musician.
Was it Jason Lee? He named his kid like a helicopter operator or some stupid shit.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
That is so fucking dumb. Like we're doomed. That's
so great.
Luckily I'll know that I'll be gone in a handful, 20 years, 30 years or some shit like that. Grimes is a pop singer who was from a cult and wants to be a cyborg. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that probably extends your longevity of your life, right? You get to live a little bit longer if you're a cyborg.
I would say so. And it's a little bit easier on when you go live on Mars. I hate that this microphone stays right here. I need to get the damn, what's it called out? Because I've been leaning back a lot tonight. So I'm like getting further away.
Oh, you don't have the arm? You've got just the stand? Okay.
Yeah, I went with that. I opted for that because I didn't want that damn thing swinging around because I've already knocked this son of a bitch off the desk.
Well, you can't knock the other one off the desk because it's attached to it.
Well, I swing it around and it'll smack into my screen. Like I busted a screen once swinging that thing around. People say they only got with Elon because he fake promised her that he would make her a cyborg. I mean, maybe he will. She's not dead yet, right?
Technology's not quite there yet, but we're getting closer and closer.
He's pushing. He's pushing. Well, he'll get her there. He'll get her there. If anybody can do it, it's going to be him. Oh, since Lee's in here, when's our next phenomenon type show?
What? I'm ready whenever Lee is, and whatever topic we want to cover.
Y'all talk it out. We'd love to have him on. I'm going to dim the lights, and we're going to make it real spooky in here.
I'll bring it on down now.
Yeah, absolutely. Run us out of here.
You know what, guys? Thank you for everything. UFO disclosure by far.
Okay.
We're down.
Sounds good.
We're down. But send us what we need to review, Lee, and we'll get a date going. Absolutely. We'll start doing our homework. A lot has happened in Brazil. Okay.
I'm in, baby.
Should we go to Brazil and visit Shakira and, do some research?
Lots of research. I'll check her out on the internet first, and then we'll head down there.
I'm going to do a lot of research online about Shakira because, to understand what's going on in Brazil, you need to understand the people of Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And if there's anyone who represents the people of Brazil, it's Shakira, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Again, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/strikeout beer. We're throwing some free content on there now. But if you want to join, it's $3 a month. You get all the content. You get all the smoke. All of it. But we're getting ready to get done here. We're going to record a couple videos for the Patreon. We got a shout out going to a very special member. Very special person. Near and dear to our hearts. I might get a tear in my eye as we discuss them. So go check out the free side. You'll be able to see that. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you, and I don't care who's watching. We love you. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. We'll talk to you later. Deuces.